Hi, I'm the Smokin Elk, and today we're cooking Chicken Mandi. So this is another dish that I wanted to cook for my Around the World Outdoor Cook Challenge. It's a dish from Yemen, and it's essentially chicken with a really flavoured rice dish. And the way it's normally cooked is it's cooked in a kind of underground clay oven. What they do is they will fry up some onions and some spices, whole spices. They'll add some rice stock and some water into a pan, and then over that pan they will sit a chicken, and then they'll put this in the underground oven. The chicken juices will drip down onto the rice, flavouring the rice as well as all the spices that they've got in the rice, and the end result will be very flavoursome chicken, very flavoursome rice. It'll have a nice smoky flavour where it's been cooked underground. So the way we're going to do it is I'm going to cook it in my braai, and what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and recreate the smoky flavour that you'd get for the authentic version. What we're going to do is I'm going to cook the chicken on the rotisserie. And underneath the chicken we're going to have the pan with the rice, and the hope is that the chicken fat and all the chicken juices are going to drip onto the rice while the rice cooks, and we should be able to recreate a similar sort of flavour. One of the main flavours for the chicken, and one of the most important aspects of the dish, is a spice mix which is called Hawaij. And it's quite a basic spice mix. It's some whole spices, some seeds, so coriander seeds, cumin seeds, peppercorns, some cloves and some cardamom, dry roasted, and then what we do is we pop them into a spice grinder with a touch of turmeric, and give that all a mix, and what's left is the spice mix called Hawaij. Now with this mix, you can mix it with some butter, which is what we've done, and I'm going to show you how, but you mix it with some butter, melted butter. Rub it all over the chicken, and it gives it a lovely colour, and just adds that extra bit of flavour to the chicken. Also with the spice mix you can put some of it in the rice as well to flavour the rice, but I'm going to show you how we go about doing that shortly. So first thing we want to do is we've made a marinade, and we've used some of that spice mix that we made earlier. We mixed it with some melted butter, some salt, pepper and some lime juice. So what we want to do is get this poured and rubbed all over the chicken. It's going to give it a lovely colour. It's a nice earthy flavour. So you want to get it all over the legs. Try and get some under the skin as well. Lift the skin of the breast and get it under there. And ideally you want to leave that you can leave it overnight, but try and leave it for minimum 4 hours, which is what we're going for today. And we end up with something like this. So for this cook we're going to have the fire going in the ember maker in the braai, more to provide the heat than anything, because we want to make this an oven as well as a rotisserie. And then we've got some coals lit here that we're just going to use as the base of the fire. We're going to put those either side of the chicken, we're going to be cooking with some olive wood on top of that. So we're going to be using this beautiful olive wood to provide the smoke for the flavour to add to the chicken. I've not cooked with this before, I've heard good things, so looking forward to giving that a go, but that should provide a nice lovely flavour on that chicken. So this dish, the rice definitely has the potential to be the star of the show, and probably will be the star of the show. So we've just got some rice that we've been soaking in some water for about half an hour here. What we're going to do is we've got some onions, garlic, some butter and some ghee. We've got some saffron that's just been soaking in some water. In here we've got some cardamom pods, we've got some peppercorns, we've got some cloves, and we've got some of that Hawaij spice mix. We've got some fresh chilies and some bay leaves. We've also got about 3 cups of chicken stock there as well. Rice is about 2 cups. So for the rice, first things first, get your ghee and your butter in there, shortly followed by your onions. Give it a good stir, and you want to cook them down nice and gently until they're soft. Once your onions are nice and soft, get your garlic in there, and get your chillies in there, and cook that for another minute or so. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, always stay hydrated. Safe cooking. You're over hot fire, hot coals, you need to keep hydrated. Okay, so next up we're going to get that spice mix in there along with the whole spices and a couple of bay leaves, and again just give that a good stir. Don't want too much of a high heat, you don't want to burn your spices. If you burn your spices, 9 times out of 10 you're going to ruin the dish. It'll have an acrid, bitter taste to it. So nice gentle heat when you're adding your spices. And I almost forgot, chuck a cinnamon stick in there just for another little layer of flavour, a bit more depth in the flavour. So you've got your cinnamon stick in, you've got your spices, you've got your onions, garlic, your bay leaves. Now we want to fry the rice. So just get that all in there. I'm just going to fry that for about a minute to let coat the rice in the oil. Look at that, changing colour already. Okay, so the rice is coated with the oils. We've been frying it for a minute or two, and now in with the stock. So we used about 2 cups of rice, and we're using about 3 cups of chicken stock. We're going to add in the saffron with the water. We soaked the saffron earlier, so we're just going to put a touch of that in, and then we're going to sit that on a rack under the chicken. We're going to close the doors up, and we're going to let it do its magic. And of course, don't forget to season to your liking, so get some salt in there and some pepper. So just going to talk you through how we've got this set up. I'm using my the Bryman Bry for this. Got a good fire going in the ember maker, which is also going to add we're going to close the doors on this, so it's going to add to the heat to get that chicken cooked. And over here again we've got some coals going, but we're going to add the olive wood for some smoky flavour. And up here we've got the bird spinning. Now if you're using a Weber kettle or a Kamado Joe, just set it up how you normally would to spin a chicken. You'd probably have your charcoal baskets either side of the barbecue, drip tray in the middle, but instead of a drip tray you can have your pan with your rice. Chicken spinning nicely. This is going to be good. So a quick update, fire's been burning about 45 minutes maybe. We've managed to keep a nice steady temperature in here of about 180, which is what we're aiming for. So we've just added in a tray of veg. The rice is looking good and it's tasting pretty damn good. Chicken spinning away nicely. So yeah, so far so good. So the rice is done and it's beautiful. We don't want to add any more stock to there because it's absolutely perfect as it is. So we're just going to keep that hot under there, and then we've moved the coals directly under the chicken because we want to start crisping that skin up now. So we've got all the heat under the chicken. We've still got a fire going in there so we can keep the coals topped up. We've chucked in some veg. We're looking good. So we've got the fire directly under the chicken just because we want to crisp up that skin and finish it off. But the smell, I mean, look how juicy that is, guys. Absolutely fantastic. And the smell is awesome. Rice is under here, keep them warm, finish this chicken off. And we're going to rest it. Hopefully not for too long because I want to dig in, but honestly, check that out. And the chicken is done. How juicy that is. It's been resting. All that's left is to slice into this, and we're going to slice down the breast like so. And as you can see, Nice and juicy. I don't know if you can see that. Lovely and juicy. Beautiful. So obviously these videos aren't complete without the taste test. So we're just going to take a bit of that breast. I don't know if you can see that, how juicy that is, but trust me, it's juicy. Really juicy. And the flavour, lovely subtle smokiness on that skin. That is an absolute winner. And with the rice, I mean, I've tasted this rice already, but that rice, I'm telling you, is the start of the show. This is an absolute banger of a dish. So another absolute winner of a dish from our Around the World Outdoor Cook Challenge. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any feedback, good or bad, is always appreciated. I mean, any feedback helps me to improve the next video. I do want to carry on doing these. I can't do it without your support, so please hit subscribe in the bottom corner. I'm aiming to release at least one video a week, and it would be great if you could show me your support. So thanks guys, on the Smokin' Elk, you've been brilliant, and that is it for today.